It's time for another unboxing video, although I don't have a box here, but I've got a bunch of movies that I just bought for the channel for the purpose of using on this channel. Let's see what they are and what I recommend coming up next. Right, so every now and then Criterion Collection has a 50% off sale. I recommend buying when they're 50% off, either off Criterion's website or at barnesandnoble.com, or if you're near one, a local Barnes & Noble store. Always watch for those deals. To me, never buy them full price. By the way, I am not sponsored by Criterion or by anybody else, so these are only my preferences here. And so what did I get? Well, I usually like to buy the silent movies from Criterion because they're so well done, restored to perfection. And you can't see him like this online or anywhere else. So to me, here's Chaplin's The Kid, Charlie Chaplin's, great late 19-teens movie, 53 minutes long. We're showing to children. And I love to own these because I will have them forever as MP4s on my computer, plus as these discs. So I highly recommend the silent movies from Criterion, any one of them, because they do such a great job of putting them back together, make them look great. Plus, they usually have new scores on them that are really, really well done. I usually do something dangerous and buy a movie I haven't seen. So El Norte is one I've heard of, recommended. On the back it says, "It's the grapes of wrath for our time," circa 1983. Roger Ebert had that quote, my favorite critic, or one of them. So I thought I'd give this a try. I've seen it recommended all over the place. El Norte. We'll see what I think about it, and maybe I'll do a video on it. I picked up this great-looking Before trilogy. Richard Linklater, the more I think about him, he intrigues me, doing these experiments with filming things over time. Now, this trilogy, of course, 3 different movies about the same characters over I think by now, a 20 to 25 year time span. I've only seen one of these, the very first one, and I'm intrigued to watch them all together because I don't think at this point they're as good individually as they are as a group. So I'm going to try this and see if I really like it and probably do videos on it for the channel. Not a Criterion movie, but a movie I'm still sort of stuck on. I love the mockumentary genre, and Best in Show is directed by Christopher Guest and starring his troupe of actors who are all excellent. One of the questions I always have about mockumentaries is, why aren't there more of them? And I believe, at least I think this is the case, they're very hard to pull off. You have to have the right chemistry, all the right actors, you have to have the right method. I don't think this is as easy as it looks. Best in Show. I've done a video on Waiting for Guffman on this channel, and there are a couple others by Christopher Guest. Obviously, Spinal Tap is one of the first ones, and a great movie. Best in Show, really fun movie, so I have it now. An oft-requested movie on this channel, Ernst Lubitsch's To Be or Not to Be. Really fun, satirical World War II era movie, making fun of Hitler, obviously. The last half of this movie is absolutely great. Very fun, and always when you have a comedy that is rewatchable, it's golden. There aren't as many great comedies that I think as there are great dramas. This is one of them, and this is for kids. Kids can watch this, so it makes it also very fun. To Be or Not to Be, a great World War II era movie. Speaking of World War II, Criterion put out The Great Escape. Now you can get this on regular Blu-ray at a cheaper price, and maybe you want to do that. This is my oldest son's favorite movie at the moment, and he watched it and was captivated by the Steve McQueen character. That must be a great iconic image, because when I was his age, or about thereabouts, I was also captivated by Steve McQueen, the idea of trying to escape from a prison camp. So The Great Escape is one of the better prison camp movies ever made. Check out my video on prison camp movies to see more recommendations about them. Now, in the last year and a half of me doing this channel, I always get people just showing up and giving me recommendations on what to talk about. This movie may have the most recommendations of all. I have never seen it, so now I'm going to watch it. Woman in the Dunes, Japanese movie, I think from the 1960s. Is it an experimental film? Or we're going to find out, and I'll probably do a video on it no matter what I think about it, if I hate it or love it or am indifferent to it, because so many people have requested something on this movie. So let's see what it's like. All right, last but not least, I bought things because occasionally when I travel, I don't travel very much, but when I do, I'm awfully bored. On airplanes, for example, I can't read. I can't concentrate very well. Maybe it's the air quality or I feel claustrophobic. I'm not sure. But I can always watch a fun movie or a movie that's engaging. So I don't love to do that with the screens on the back of airlines because they're so tiny. So I usually bring my laptop. Here's a long story short. I bought a couple of things that will tide me over on airplanes. So the first one is going to be, let's see here, the Lonesome Dove collection. This was a TV show, or TV miniseries, excuse me, I think in the late 1980s, maybe the early 1990s, starring the great Robert Duvall and the great Tommy Lee Jones as they portray two characters in a famous novel, which I've read. I've tried to read the novel twice, and I just do not like it that much. Pardon me, Larry McMurtry and McMurtry fans. I like Westerns a lot, but not that novel. I don't know why, but I think I can get into the miniseries. I think I can get into the film version. The novel wants to be about its characters. And I love Westerns. I love the American West period. I'm very close to there, so Lonesome Dove, this has to be pretty good at least, right? And last, I went ahead and, the box sets. When Criterion has their 50% off sale are deals. The Ingmar Bergman box set normally runs like $300 to $400, so you can get it for $120 when there's a 50% off sale. And this one came out recently, the Bruce Lee collection. I think this is normally $100 to $150, but I think I got it for $50 to $60. 5 Bruce Lee movies in it, restored. Now you can find these on YouTube for free. And that's the thing, if you can't afford these Criterion discs, that's fine. Go to a library, get them through interlibrary loan, find them online. You can access all of these things usually for free or for a subscription fee. I like to own them because I like private libraries that I can have not just on disc, but I will rip these to my computer. And as I said, watch them on laptop. So Bruce Lee, the collection. I've seen a couple of these movies. I'm not in love with them, but I think I'm really interested in choreography and action. The collection looks great. If I took this out and opened it up, maybe I'll do that. It has some appeal as far as a design, I think. I mean, just take a look at that. What kid wouldn't want to watch these movies given this design? A little bit of an unboxing video here, but it has all the movies sitting here. And, of course, they're very famous and influential. Jackie Chan, Quentin Tarantino, Mission Impossible. All the action movies that come out after the 1970s have something to do with Bruce Lee. Chuck Norris appears in it, and I think one of them, I forget which one. So I'll take a look at this, watch it on a plane, on plane rides. That's what it's good for to me. What do you think about these movies? What else would you recommend that people purchase when there's a 50% off sale on Criterion or at Barnes & Noble on Criterion stuff, or anywhere on the internet? Prices of these movies are going up. They will no longer be $19.99 soon. This is the year 2021. They were $19.99 for a while. I think they're going to go up a little bit because of inflation. So purchase them now instead of later because there'll be more later. Check out my other unboxing videos. Please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Thank you and have a great day.